the head of RAF Recruitment quits because of a forced push for diversity. Sources claim that the head of recruitment has said that the RAF has effectively stopped hiring white men. Sky News says that the head of recruitment for the Royal Air Force, RAF, quit because he was worried that Air Chief Marshal Sir Mike Wigston put his woke beliefs ahead of his military prowess. Sky sources say that the head of recruitment, who is also a senior female officer, has said that the RAF has effectively stopped hiring white men. It is said that the force did this to meet impossible diversity goals that focused on hiring more women and people from ethnic minorities. Fairly speaking, a lot of the push for more diversity, equity, and inclusion in the military comes from Westminster. Even though mostly conservatives have been in power for over a decade, the Ministry of Defense is still trying to increase the number of people from marginalized groups in the armed forces, as if diversity, like equality, is an end in itself. One of these is to increase the number of women in the force from about 12% now to 30% by the end of the decade. Still, under Sir Mike Wigston, the RAF has been trying to reach an even higher goal, bringing that number up to 40% in the same amount of time. Another goal of the RAF is to double the number of people from ethnic minorities who join the RAF by 2030, from 10% to 20%. No matter who you are or where you come from, it is a good thing that you want to join the British military. Sky News says that defense sources are worried that a push for diversity just for the sake of diversity could weaken the ability of the British Armed Forces to defend the realm. If diversity, equity, and inclusion are being ranked first among the Army's values, then quality is at best a close second. In a country where most people are white and the average man is much more likely than the average woman to consider a career in the military, having a bias in favor of women and ethnic minorities will always reduce the number of good candidates. It would be crazy for a private company to do this, but for a national military to play these games would be dangerous, since countries depend on the skills of their armies to keep them safe during war. Sky sources worry that this will hurt the RAF's ability to fight, not to mention the Royal Navy and Royal Marines, which seem to be ruled by the same woke mentality. One challenge for conservatives is to explain why an institution that was supposed to be built on patriotism, authority, and discipline has turned out to be just as easy for the zealous followers of modern identity politics to take over ideologically as businesses and entertainment platforms.